What's up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and I am here today, you guys, with a brand new review for the Married to Medicine Season 11, Episode 15. And this is also the season finale. Thank God for that. Now, before we go ahead and get into the review, you guys, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel, if you guys aren't subscribed to the channel, do me guys a solid favor and stop taking me on this date and then having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on your post notifications, and sharing the video, you guys. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let us go ahead and discuss Married to Medicine season finale, shall we? So, with this one, yeah, with this season finale was not much to me. Let me know what you guys thought about it. So I don't expect to be on here that long. No, I didn't give you guys the name of the episode. So the episode is titled Dutchess, Toya, and Her Royal Court, right? So the episode opens and we see Toya, we see see everybody doing their montage of what they're doing, right? So we see Toya meeting with her party planners, right? She's talking about what she wants. She wants a pig. She wants this. She wants that. And they asked her, what is the budget? She said, $25,000. And I was like, with all that shit that you asking for, that's going to be $25,000? Sound like it was going to be more than that. But okay, I mean, it is what it is, right? We all know when it comes to Toya, Toya throws very lavish parties. We ain't even gonna talk about Toya like that, and we're not gonna go deep into Toya, right? So she's talking about the fact that King and Quad, they've RSVP'd for the party. However, Greg and Letitia have not RSVP'd for the party. Do I honestly care that the Lunsfords do I necessarily care that the Lunsfords didn't RSVP? No, I don't, right? I honestly feel, how do I feel? My thing is, if people say they feel uncomfortable, they don't feel safe, I'm not saying that that's what Greg or Letitia are saying, I'm just saying, I honestly feel like at this point they're just beating a dead horse with a stick, because I feel like we keep repeating things from previous episodes. But, y'all can tell me what y'all got from it. I mean, y'all can tell me what y'all think, right? Now, we see the Lunsfords as they went out to lunch, right? So Greg is talking about how he's hurt by the group. And I was like, okay, I mean, here's the thing. I would understand Greg a lot more if Greg and King had actually physically fought and the men were saying, oh, you were wrong for calling the police. Oh, you were wrong for calling the police on the black man. You were wrong for doing this. You were wrong for doing that, right? I would understand it a lot more if physical contact had been made, right? But I'm just not getting it, right? What the fuck was that noise? I'm not understanding Gregory, but neither here nor there, right? So Letitia wants to go to the party, right? But she feels a way about the last conversation that Toya had, because she feels like Toya wants her. Here's the thing. I know people keep saying, oh, Letitia, they say Letitia pushed Simone. They say Letitia did this. They say Letitia did that. Well, they didn't show it on the show, so I don't care. And even if y'all talk about, oh, Letitia's gotten physical with the women, like I've pointed out numerous times before, they've gotten physical on Married to Medicine more than once. They got physical the first episode of the show, Toya and Mariah. So what are we talking about? What are we talking about here? What are we talking about here? Like I just don't get it. I just don't get it at all. Like, so it feels very hypocritical. It feels very hypocritical to me. But you guys, tell me what you guys think in the comments section below, and we can go ahead and keep on moving, you guys. So the thing is, she does want to go, but she just feels away because she kind of feels also like Toya wants her to she kind of feels like Toya wants her to beg to be in a group. Now, that's not necessarily what I took from the conversation, but it is what it is, right? So then we see Toya and Eugene's talking. We see them talking, right? And so the fact that Toya didn't know that Bridgerton was not based on a real story, girl, the queen was never a black woman. But okay, I don't know what fairy tale world. I don't know what fairy tale world Toya is living in, but hey, hold on, you guys. Um, but yeah, they also talked about again, like I said, it feels like we are beating a dead horse with a stick because we keep talking about the fact of T and Dr. G. My God, like what I will say is I'm glad that this season is over. And I feel like this season it wasn't the best season, but it wasn't like the worst either. But I will say I feel like going forward, I feel like they should say, like, I feel like we should go and probably find some new doctors, maybe even some new wives, right? Because I feel like we've had 11 seasons of these same women. How much more can they give us? You know what I'm saying? That's just my whole thing. That's my whole thing. But hey, whatever. Moving on. Quad and King. So Quad is getting her hair and makeup done for the party, right? And she's talking about the fact that she doesn't want to be around the Lunsfords. Here's my 2 cents about that. And y'all may agree and y'all may disagree. And honestly, again, like I've been saying for the last few weeks, I don't care. Now, when it comes to the Lunsfords and Quad, I honestly feel like what Quad is doing in this episode is what Quad should have done last season. Because for me, I think just speaking generally, right? When it comes to your job, if you work a job and things become uncomfortable, they put you in terrible situations, pay is not well, what do you typically do? You leave a job. Because I know people are going to be like, oh, so Quiet's supposed to leave her job, da 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 da. At the end of the day, if you're not happy, walk the fuck away. The fuck? And y'all also know I don't feel the same empathy for Quad that the rest of the viewing public feels for Quad. I don't feel it because the same way that the things that they've done to Quad, y'all similarly did to Mariah. And Quad sat right there. The only thing that y'all didn't do with Mariah, because she's still currently married to her husband, and he ain't got a new wife or new fiance, but y'all alienated Mariah, y'all exiled Mariah, and y'all did the same thing, and it's really the doctors and Toya. Like, so y'all do the same shit. So what are we talking about here, right? So I don't feel 100% bad for Quad, right? I feel like Quad should have bargained last season when they said, hey, we're going to bring on Dr. G and his new fiance. Quad should have said, you know what? Either y'all, no, it ain't no either. Either y'all want them or y'all want me. One of the two, but you can't have both. You can't have me and Dr. G and Letitia. Either you're going to have me on the show and leave Dr. G and his fiance in the win, or you can have them on the show and remove me from the situation completely. Give them the ultimatum, right? It ain't no, oh, you got to pay me more money. Absolutely not. Just like more money causes, what does that mean? Like, I'm still going to be in proximity to these two people. So what are we talking about here? Like, no, fuck that. Moving on. So King feels that Dr. G should have had a conversation with him. I agree and disagree at the same time. If the man don't feel comfortable around you, then why would he have a conversation with you? But neither here nor there. I don't care. Again, moving on. So we get to the party. Everybody looks good. Now, I think that this party idea was so ridiculously stupid. So what they're going to do is, if the Lunsfords come, the Lunsfords are going to come from X time to X time, and they leave, right? And then after that, Dr. Heavenly and Quad will come. I would have told Toya, if we're going to do something like that, then just eliminate me altogether. Like I don't want to be a part of something that sounds as stupid as that, right? But again, they did it. So Dr. G is like he's gonna own his part in this, and he's gonna let the men have a conversation with King and let the chips fall where they may, right? Contessa, I get where you're coming from, but at the same time, I don't get where you're coming from, right? I get you when you're saying that Letitia and Gregory shouldn't have to leave, but because this situation is very volatile at this point, I think it's best to keep them separate. I don't agree with them coming at one time and them coming at another time. I don't agree with that, however. But if that's what Toya wanted to do, that's what Toya wanted to do, right? So the party looked, like I said, the party looks nice. The ladies are dressed nice. So we did also see as a flashback scene where Contessa and Dr. Simone tried to talk to Phaedra about coming to the party, and Phaedra was like, absolutely not. Moving on. So we see Dr. Eugene, right? So now this scene I will say I did like when Dr. Eugene got up and talked about him when he met, he was in Atlanta. I think he was in his residency, right? And, he was finishing up. He was ready to sow his royal oaths, basically. He went somewhere in I think Detroit, I think he said. I forgot where he said. He said somewhere in Michigan, right? He met Toya and he knew that that was the one for him. And I was like, oh, that is so sweet. So when Dr. Dr. Heavenly, Quad, and Kingdom all showed up, right, and even Dr. Damon. So the men were talking to Damon, telling him that Gregory is ready to own his part. He would like to have a conversation with King at some point. And so King was like, well, I never had an issue with him. It was just about the disrespect towards Quad, which I get that. But I do think that the timing that you said something to him on the beach and was ready to, square up with him, it was just inopportune. But hey, whatever. Don't care. Where we at now, you guys? Y'all see how quickly I've gone through this review, and this was an anticlimactic season finale. If I'm being honest, this was so anticlimactic, but hey, it is what it is, right? So King is open to having a conversation with Dr. G. So the ladies are talking to Quad, and Toya's telling her, Toya, Simone, they're all like, this feels like a divided group. Bitch, just ladies, and I'm not calling them bitches. I just said bitch out loud. Like, bitch, this group has been divided for quite some time. Like y'all. The thing with this group is y'all have y'all issues with each other, right? Y'all patch things up, move along, but then the next season come and there's always a different issue. So like I said about Dr. Heavenly, Dr. Heavenly says stuff and she apologizes, and then she does something again, right? And that's kind of the same with them. Like you see the reunion clip, right, where Dr. Simone and Toya, not Dr. Simone and Toya, Dr. Simone and Quad are getting into it at the reunion. I'm over it. So yeah, so Toya's telling Quad it feels like she's making them choose between her and Letitia. She's like, yeah, I ain't got to choose between us. And like I said a few minutes ago, this Quad right here is the Quad that should have showed up last season. If y'all want Dr. G and his wife, have them, but you won't have me. Like this show can't pay. It might pay. Here's the thing. I know Married to Medicine probably pays well after 11 seasons. I'm pretty sure it pays excellent. They get paid good money, right? But at the same time, you have to ask yourself the question: is it worth it, right? I don't give a like I said. I wouldn't have asked for my money last season. I would have, because you guys remember last season with Quad didn't film for the first half of this, at least like the first few weeks of filming, because she was still negotiating her contract with the production company, with production and Bravo. And I think she was still negotiating because of, this shit with Dr. G and his wife. But yeah, I would have negotiated with them. I would have told them like, yo, y'all can have them, but I don't want to be around him. I don't want to be around him. I don't want to see him. Like, if y'all want them, fine, have them. But for me personally, my sanity and my safety, I'm gonna stay over here, and if y'all want to film with them, film with them. If y'all want me, then choose me and leave them in the wind. And that's kind of what I wanted from Quad last season, but she's telling them that they can lose her. And I'm like, you should have said that last year. But, you know, whatever. 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 But that's all I got, you guys. Leave your comments in the comment section, you guys. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on your post notifications and share the video, you guys. And until the next time, stay safe, you guys. Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands. Be blessed. And I will catch you guys in the next one. I knew that this video was going to be short, but and I made it right on the time zone that I wanted. 15 minutes. Yeah, that's it, you guys. Peace.